everyone's getting in place, welcome to the Evansville-Vanderburgh School Corporation Administration Building. Thank you for attending today. Thank you to all of our partners, and thank you to the media for covering today. For members of the media, I want to let you know of the speakers you're going to be hearing from today. Of course, we will hear from Superintendent David Smith from ADSC, also from EDSC, Mr. B.J. Watts. Mayor Lloyd Winnicky here from Evansville will be speaking. Mr. Bob Cook from Cook Enterprises, and Mr. Bob Jones from Old National Bank. And then following the press conference, Dr. Smith and B.J. Watts will be available for any comments, any questions that you may have. So at this time, it is my pleasure to start the press conference by introducing our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. David Smith.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. It is an honor to be with you today. The world is indeed changing. 65% of the jobs that our current kindergartners will hold throughout their lifetime do not yet exist. 65% of the jobs that they will hold do not yet exist. Additionally, thousands of high-wage jobs in our immediate area are not being filled with our existing workforce. So today, I am so pleased to announce an innovative program aimed at helping students and families identify all of the opportunities available to them upon high school graduation. OptIN, which stands for Opportunities Through Partnerships That Transform and Inspire, will educate EVSC students on post-secondary and career options that best match their interests and their strengths. OptIN will focus on extending and expanding options for all students. We have students with incredible promise, and we have first-rate employers that are not able to fill high-wage, high-demand jobs. OptIN will connect students' passions and interests with open positions in our community by ensuring our students have the education and transferable skills so necessary for today's workforce. But you didn't come here to listen to me speak. So I'd like to, at this point in time, introduce B.J. Watts, who is the Executive Director for our OptIN initiative. He has worn many hats in his time in Evansville. He was on the City Council. He's been an outstanding teacher for us for 17 years before he assumed this position. He's also on the State Board of Education in Indiana, as well as recently serving on the graduation pathway. So, without any further ado, B.J. Watts.
It's my first press conference in a new job. I got to speak in between Dr. Smith and the mayor, so thanks for that, Jason. But I think I have to start with how humbled I am, honestly, by the confidence that Dr. Smith and the school board that you've shown in me that allowed me to lead OptIN. I'm going to work diligently every day to be worthy of that confidence, so I appreciate your support. And it's probably appropriate to start with what OptIN is not before we get into what OptIN is. We want everyone to understand that the EVSC will remain laser focused on preparing our students to choose to attend four-year universities. We understand completely that four-year colleges and universities are a pathway to success. However, they're not the only pathway to success. OptIN will simply provide students with exposure to every opportunity available to them, and then work to evaluate those opportunities. This will let them pair their skills and their interests to create post-secondary plans of success that are individualized to them. If OptIN has a single mission, it is to redefine what post-secondary success looks like and celebrate all of those student choices equally. And I think it's also important to understand how the EVSC arrived at a need for OptIN. The Department of Workforce Development did a job study that says in 2024, Region 11, which encompasses Evansville, will have 250,000 job openings, 250,000 jobs, sorry, 78,200 job openings, and only 19% of those will require a four-year degree. Let me say that again. 250,000 plus jobs, almost 80,000 job openings, and less than 1 in 5 of those will require a four-year degree. That, coupled with the fact that across our nation over the last decade and a half, 40% of the 20.2 million students enrolled in college are not going to graduate. That's why it's imperative that our students understand all the opportunities they have available to them. OptIN, we want our students to understand their strengths and their aptitudes and pair that with their interests to create the best post-secondary plan for them. Now, with that being said, we also understand that in 2008, when the recession hit, 95% of the jobs that were lost were high school diploma-only jobs. Since 2008, 11.6 million jobs have been created, and 11.5 million of those require something more than a high school diploma. That's why we have reached out to enhance our partnership with higher education and began a conversation with employers about their commitment to our students' post-secondary education with the understanding that it's a shared responsibility. Now, before I close, there are a few people I want to thank, and again, I should thank everyone in this room, so thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. But there are two people that I work with side by side every day. Alex Burton, who is our project manager for OptIN, and Carrie Hilliard, who is our Chief Transformation Officer. And without her leadership, this work would not be possible. So beyond this, I've been preparing for this for weeks. I've been looking for a quote to close with. And I'm going to give Jason a little credit here. I stole this one from him. And I literally have searched Socrates, Aristotle, Yogi Berra, all of them. But I landed on High School Musical. Don't laugh yet. High School Musical. Mrs. Darvis, the drama teacher. And I'm going to read her quote so I don't mess it up. It is better to consider opportunities now than in 10 years when life may limit your choices. Let me say that again, because I think it's important. I think it truly sums up something that our students can relate to and truly the mission of OptIN. It is better to consider opportunities now than in 10 years when life may limit your choices. That is all we want for our students. We want them to consider all opportunities before life starts to limit their choices. Now, you've probably heard that from me. So, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce our next speaker. He is a true friend of education and a champion for our city. He certainly understands the positive impact that OptIN will have on economic development and the growth and retention of our homegrown talent, which is always our goal. He is an EVSC graduate and the mayor of the city of Evansville. It's my pleasure to introduce Lloyd Mooney.
Well, my staff will be stunned that I was not the one who made a theater reference.
Feel free to steal.
Yeah. You know, as we work day in and day out to create a great environment for economic growth in our community, we talk to employers, both existing employers and potential employers to our city. And the number one thing they're worried about, they're not worried about the incentive package that a community may offer. They're worried about whether they can fill jobs if they come to your community. So this opportunity that the EVSC is creating for the city of Evansville and for all of Southwest Indiana is huge. Because as great as we think our community is today, the potential is even greater if we let young people know that there are multiple ways and multiple paths to success after they get out of high school. So Dr. Smith, to you and the leadership team, to the Board of School Trustees, thanks for this sort of V8 moment. It seems like it's pretty obvious, but I know that this is going to open doors for our city because it will open doors for our employers, to a workforce that's dedicated and trained to do jobs that do exist today and for jobs that we haven't even considered yet. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. It's always a blessing to be with you. Next, I have the honor of introducing Bob Cook. And I hope everybody has the opportunity to have an individual like Bob Cook in their life. Bob is clearly a champion for education, and I consider him a mentor, and I reach out to him often, and he always gives me great advice. He also helps hold me accountable, which I greatly appreciate. One of the very first things he said, actually I think we took a tour of the companies, he said, you know, we have access to the same machinery, we have access to the same facilities. The difference maker is our people. And that's why I'm blessed to be in the business I'm in, and that's why I think I'm also blessed to be able to introduce to you Bob Cook, who is the chairman of Cook Enterprises. Bob.
David has a good memory. That was a long time ago we talked about that. Well, thanks for the invitation to join you here. Yeah, we're one of those employers who need the people from OptIN. And we're excited about this. This will help. This will be a tremendous help, not only for us, but for other businesses and industries in the area. You know, we have about 2,200 team members in the Evansville metropolitan area. And they range in age from 15 to 82. 15 is an intern, and I'm not the 82. But I will be soon. You know, but the interesting part of it is that there are 570 of our team members that are over the age of 55. 570 out of the 2,200. So there's going to be tremendous retirement in the next couple of years. Plus, right now, we have openings for over 100 individuals that we could use to help build products in our companies. So we're anxious, we're interested, you know, you can't start it soon enough. We're ready. You know, we're looking for people, the whole range. You know, we talked about high school, diploma only. We have some openings for high school only, but more for high school plus a certificate, or more for high school plus at least a little college. And that's where the large number of our openings exist. You're looking for people that are, you know, reliable, that show up and come to work on time. We want people that are dependable, you know, that do what they say they're going to do, or do what they're asked to have done. We're looking for people that are drug-free. We're looking for people that like to work as a part of a team, not as individual stars or by themselves. And we want them engaged, and we want them to learn more. And we want them to be able to do basic math, to do basic communication so they can communicate effectively. And we'll teach them. We'll teach them from there on. We have a Cook University, and we teach problem-solving skills. We teach advanced technical skills. We have a great partnership with Ivy Tech, a partnership with WGU, the Western Governors University. And we're all about helping people grow and develop and to become more valuable to themselves and more valuable to our company. Plus, the earnings are not that bad. You know, our average person in the shops or in the plants earns about $50,000 a year, plus about $15,000 in benefits when you add in the health care, the retirement, the life insurance, and probably even another amount for the development. So there's great opportunities, and actually some people are earning $100,000 a year. So you can't get it going fast enough. We cheer you on. Anything we can do to help, please call on us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And next, it's my honor to introduce and bring to the podium Bob Jones. Now, Bob is, other than BJ, is the only one that wasn't born in Evansville, but if you haven't adopted Evansville yet, we're going to adopt you, because when you think of a champion for Evansville, Bob Jones certainly comes to mind. If it's good and beneficial to our community, Bob, and Old National Honor Bob. So really do appreciate you being here. And one example of that, it may be small in your overall book, but you provide an entire building to us. And we greatly appreciate that, because that is a tremendous testament to your love of our community and also your contribution to our families that we all serve. So, without any further ado, Bob Jones, President CEO of
So if you haven't noticed it, has anybody seen the mayor's socks? Here I'm sitting next to him like, that's like wrong socks on today. It's like black socks. It is an honor to be here. We have a very, very simple philosophy at Old National, and that is today we're a $19 billion organization in 5 states, 200 and some branches. We will tell you that the single most important asset we have are people. Remove everything else. If you don't have great people, you can't do great things. So, as everyone else said, BJ, go to it, go for it. I'm going to take just a little different tact. Bob did, as he always does, a great job of explaining what this means from a company standpoint. We'll talk a little bit more as a community and economic development. And it's probably best summed up. I was at another press conference here a little bit earlier, and I was speaking to Chancellor Weinzappel from Ivy Tech. He said, yeah, I've got one more to go to at 1 o'clock. He goes, oh, I'm going to be there. I said, are you speaking? He goes, no, but he goes, this is a really big deal. And it is a really big deal. You need just look around downtown and you see all the activity that's going on. You've got the School of Medicine, the hotel, and all the development, and you continue to look around the rest of this great Southwest and regional cities. There's a lot of economic development going on in our community. It takes people. But it also takes a great public-private partnership. And that's what today's all about. Just looking in this room, we've got our brothers and sisters from the trade unions. They're here today to support this. We've got corporations here today to support this. And we've got folks from the public sector represented by BJ and Dr. Smith and the mayor and others. That's how important this is. And that's how great communities thrive, is through this public-private partnership. And again, you've got the trades, you've got the corporations, you've got the public sector, and that's going to make it extraordinarily successful. We continue to do this. The challenge, though, is we think about this, and Paul Green and I have this conversation frequently. We don't have enough people. What a great challenge it is when Paul says, I don't have enough folks to work. I can't find folks. It's a bit of a challenge. It's a great opportunity. As I travel and talk to our customers throughout the Southwest, the single biggest issue they say is, we can't find enough good people. And as I look around, everybody here that's in HR is going, absolutely. We cannot find enough good people. So today's announcement, under the great leadership of Dr. Smith and BJ, is an important part of that, because we've got to think about how we do that. So the solution is clearly opt-in. The solution is continuing to partner together amongst all of us and continuing to do what we can do to make this successful. It's not enough to look at BJ and say, go forth and do it. What we have to say is, we're all in this together. We're all partners in this. For us as employers, we have to commit to hiring these individuals. We have to commit to do what we have to do to support EVSC and what they're doing. And that's an important part of the equation, because again, great cities and great regions are the result of this public-private partnership. We have to hire and train. As we said, I've got 2,800 employees in 5 states. My single most important asset. Every day is a continual learning experience for them. Every day we need to train them. Every day we need to take that core individual that comes out of EVSC and teach them what we want to do. And the core of what we do is that this value of this certificate and the value of a commitment to ethics. So let me just close by thanking Dr. Smith for his incredible leadership. He's been kind enough to make great comments about all of us, which you kind of have to do when you're the narrator and the moderator. The reality is, Dr. Smith is the right guy at the right time. He's done an incredible job with EVSC. I think as I travel the state and the challenges that other school corporations have, we don't have those issues. Thank the folks that are here representing the school board. Like Bob Cook, if you think about education in Southwest Indiana, you only have to say Bob Cook, and I think that symbolizes what education is all about. And again, to my brothers and sisters in the trades, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for what you do for this community. And BJ, we're right there with you, buddy. Thank you. I'm going to introduce Dr. Smith now.
Thank you, Bob. And Also want to extend my appreciation to our school board. We have 5 members here: Chris Kiefer, Terry Gamlin. We have Rand Sossenberg, Mike Duckworth, and Andy Greeno. And their leadership is what made today happen. So thank you very, very much. So now, even though I was in the classroom for 19 years and I've been out of the classroom for just a few years, there's a quiz, okay? So what is OptIN? Just think about that for a moment. You've heard us talk about it quite a bit. But OptIN really is our way of saying it's a new day in Evansville, Indiana. And if we're going to achieve different and better results, we have to go about things in a better and different way. And that's really what it is. It's not only opportunities for kids, it's opportunities for the community. And EVSE is opting into this initiative. We're here today saying we're going to do things differently. We have employers opting in saying we're going to now partner with you. Please help me understand why universities have placement centers but our high schools don't. I don't understand. I'm not saying that we've gotten everything right all along. I'm saying that I'm willing to stand in front of you and say we can do better. As a community, we must do better. I have 2 sons, one left. I've still got my 22-year-old here and I want to keep him here because I want somebody to take care of me in my old age. But seriously, there are so many opportunities here in Evansville. And it's a shame if we don't open the eyes for our students and our students' families to help them see that. Success is different for all the different students that we serve. Each of the 23,000 students that we serve, I don't want success to be a one-size-fits-all. I want success to be tailored to them and their unique interests and their passions. And then I want them to be eligible for anything and everything that they want to do in this life. And that's our charge, that's our responsibility. And that's the work that we're going to get done. You know, this is about the student that lives in the inner city that doesn't understand what awaits him 20 blocks away. If he or she only thinks that success is defined as a 4-year degree, and please don't get me wrong, as the superintendent of a public school system, I want our students to be educated to the fullest extent. But if they think that the only option for them is college and they don't see how they're going to get there, and then they close their eyes to the opportunity and then they check out of school in the 4th grade, but they don't drop out until about 16 or 17. And if you think that we don't have folks in our community that do that, then you're closing your eyes to what actually is happening, not only in Evansville, but throughout our nation. We can do better. So as I close today, OptIN is about leveraging all of the opportunities we have in this great community through our employers, through institutions of higher ed, through our school system, through mentorships, through internships, through partnerships, to make certain that each and every child knows they're valued, knows they have options, and know that they can provide for their families in the future. That's what OptIN is. So I hope everybody joins me in OptIN, because that's what will help take our community to the next level. And you know, many of us get to attend many of these kinds of things. I don't recall a time when we had this type of diversity for an announcement. We have the unions, the trades here, who do phenomenal work. Just look around us. We have employers who have incredible opportunities. And we have incredible students and families. Shouldn't we make certain that they get together? I think we should. And you know, I didn't search Socrates. I sure didn't go to high school musical. But they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. So what I'd love to do now is everyone that is here that's going to contribute to this initiative, everyone that we've talked with, spoken with, everyone that's a partner with us in this, please come up here now so we can get a picture that's going to speak more than 1,000 words. Come on up.